Hi, do you have a minute to chat? I just want to talk about some big things that are about to come up in astrology and the energy in general, just so you can mark it on your calendar. Okay, on the 17th, we have two huge things happening. One, we'll start with the lesser of the two. We have the new moon in Cancer happening, and this feels more like a full moon because of everything else happening in the sky. So you might have already been feeling something that you need to let go of or that needs to be transformed, and that's okay. It's healthy, and that should be something very prominent. So if you are a cardinal sign, you're going to be affected by this even more. So if you're an Aries, Libra, Capricorn, or Cancer, this one you can't not feel this in some capacity. So just please take note that you might have some things come up, even some deep healings that come up, and also the other thing happening on this date, the big one, is we have the nodes of destiny, nodes of fate, North Node and South Node changing signs. So they've been in Taurus, and North Node Taurus, South Node Scorpio for the last year and a half. And they are making the transition from Taurus to Aries, North Node, and Scorpio to Libra, South Node, for the next year and a half. So the 17th of July until it goes all the way to January the 11th, 2025. So you're like, what does that mean? Well, destiny's at play, right? So big things can happen. So I want you to look back personally. I mean, you can look at collectively what happened. There's some big things that shifted in that time frame, but individually, you personally, what happened? What themes came up between 2004 to 2006? Did you move? Did you graduate? Did you start a new job? Did you fall in love? Did you get married? Did you have a baby? Like, what happened? What kind of theme did you have happen, or how many themes happened? So why I ask you is because it's an ongoing story. It kind of picks up in a different capacity with those themes. So whatever changed in your life or whatever happened in your life, you might have experienced some loss or like a big transformation, right? What themes can you look back on to know kind of what the next year and a half may have in store for you? Because it's an ongoing storyline to those themes. So this is where destiny comes into play and says, oh, you've been doing this for too long. Sorry, you've had 18 years to figure it out. We're going to go ahead and shake that up for you now. We're going to redirect you, realign you. Let's get you on the path that you chose before you came here. So then all of a sudden you're like, maybe in the next, let's say 6 months, you're just randomly walking. You're like, oh my gosh, I really hate this. Why am I doing this? I have no connection to it, right? Or I really have this calling to go to this place. Like, I don't know why I want to live in a mountain. Like, I'm going to the mountains. I'm going to find a new place to live. I don't know, whatever it is for you. I'm just throwing out some themes that may come up. Like, it just kind of hits you, or all of a sudden you lose your job, or, you know, something crazy happens in the family and you're put in a weird situation. You're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And so all of a sudden, everything that wasn't aligned is now aligning in a new way. So I want to tell you this because in Aries, it's very like leader forward, right? So we're not going to focus so much on family and relationships. It's going to be more of, what do you need? You specifically. This isn't about what other people want or need. This is about you progressing to the best version of you. So Aries is very much the leader, the go-getter, the starter of projects, the entrepreneur, right? The fearless one who just leaps without looking and just makes really big choices, right? So you might, that's why I say don't make any quick decisions, especially at this new moon in Cancer. Think long term. Think 5-year plan. Think 10-year plan. What do you really want? So is this decision going to help you, or is it going to stifle that goal that you have? And it's time to readdress what your goals were and look at what you want them to be, right? So now's a great time to work with a life coach or a spiritual advisor. And that's why I'm seeing even more clients showing up right now, because they're feeling it already. And I'm sure you're feeling it in some aspect. So that's why I really wanted to make this video and let you know that you're feeling what the universe is feeling. Now also, I do want to tell you we have some big things happening in September, October. So this is just for your information. I would like you to focus on your health, your wellness all in general. So your health physically and mentally and emotionally, so and spiritually as well. And why do I say that? We have some really rough things coming up, and I don't know what it is specifically, but it looks rough. Astrologically, like it's not great. So I just want you to prepare for the worst, but expect the best. So if that means you getting your healthiest, please do it. If that means talking to a therapist, please do it, especially with Venus retrograde. Let me touch base on that in 2 seconds, but this is the time to do the inner work. This is the time to heal those wounds. This is the time to take care of you. You know, this is where people start shifting and stop drinking or stop their other drugs that they've been using to cope with life. Now it's coping with the problem, the seed. So let me get into the next thing that's happening. On the 22nd of July, same week as this double header on the 17th, we then have Venus going retrograde from the 22nd of July until September 3rd. Why do I say this? Because this is a time where relationships, you will be surprised by how many people you thought were in a great relationship or a healthy, strong relationship, where it fizzles out. They get divorced, they split up, ultimatums are made, big things happen. If things aren't aligned with you, this is where you get really clear. So if you don't have a sturdy relationship now, there's a good chance it won't make it through these 3 months. And the only reason I'm saying it is because you can do the work to heal it. Go start some therapy with couples therapy. You can do the inner work and start to really decide what you want in a partner. And that's even if you're single. You need to deal with the heart chakra and go, what do I deserve in a partnership? And what do I really want? And it's also the discussion about kids, right? So for those of you who already have kids and you're deciding if you want more, this is the time to decide, like, what route do I see my life going in the next 5 years? So, and those who don't have kids and are deciding, like, do I see that in my plan, or is that part of my future? That's a time to think about it now. Like, what would it look like long term? And also, Venus also is with luxury and finances too. Let's not ignore that. So you might be readdressing your financial situation, what you need to feel safe, what you need to feel secure, financially, what kind of goals do you have, and what do you need to shift. So it's a big couple months. And we also will have next month in August, we have Mercury going retrograde in Virgo on the 23rd until September, I believe it's the 15th, September 15th in Virgo. So anyways, so there's just a lot of inner work you can do, and also it's a time to slow down. Again, don't make any rash decisions. Is it going to help you or hurt you in the long run? Really sit down with those decisions before you sign on the dotted line or make that opinion known. Whatever it is, really watch before you react, because right now we also have Mercury just going into Leo, so it can make us very passionate about what we have to say, but watch how you deliver it and the tone and the words you're using. Because sometimes our passion is not always received by other people's liking. So anyways, I just really wanted to just touch base so you kind of know what's going on in the universe, because it is going to be a funky ride pretty much the rest of the year. And with this, North Node and South Node changing into Aries and Libra, it's going to be huge for the next year and a half. So just know what life looks like right now. When we get into 2025, you're gonna go, what a difference. Like I can't believe all that happened in a year and a half. Yes, because this is go-getter energy. Changes happen quickly. And so also with that, leaders, because Aries is about leadership, so the leaders of the countries will probably be changing and shifting, or making decisions that aren't the greatest. Again, it's rash decision making. They're not thinking long term. So it should be a wild ride. So just hold on to your seat, grab a new notebook, because your story is about to change in some direction. So again, look back to 2004 all the way to 2006 and see what kind of themes you experienced then. But also with this Cancer new moon, sorry, I'm kind of retracting. Be careful with finances, stock markets, all of that. It's got a funk for the rest of the year. So anyways, if you would like to book a session with me, you can always go to retreatyourselfgoddess@gmail.com, and we can talk about what your goals are, and we'll go from there. But until next time, bye for now.